Hello, welcome back. Katawa Shoujo. Sorry about the last one being incredibly short. I didn't have a timer that time, so I didn't know how long it was actually going on. Apparently it was only like 13 minutes or whatever. Alright. It's been 5 seconds since the last episode, but to you it's been a day, maybe. So, what I wanted to do was play defensively. Because that's exactly what I thought. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up, but I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Oh, will I have won if I had done offensive? Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist into the air in celebration. Wahahaha, Hichan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I meant Chichan, not me. She has like a genuinely confused face. Oh, Shizune's mad. Gaining control of North America is ambitious because it provides 5 army bonus, but you can't attack it from 3 fronts. You must defend them all. I thought you had more guts. How disappointing. Oh, would she have liked me more if I had... I might have won though, so I don't know if... Ambition, Hichan. Your play needs more daring. Ambition. That's what I think that little squiggle means. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's not good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. Damn, what's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. She got closer. I wonder if you'd even be any good for the student council. What's this? Reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not, in that case. Is he trying to psych out her reverse psychology? Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Oh man, does she not like me anymore? Oh, seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Of course that's what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my 2nd day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at other clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah. I'm just not sure what I want to do. Oh. Yeah, just all Misha's faces look like they're genuine. And all Misha's, Shizune's face looks like she's mad at me. Or she's excited for something. Okay, Hichan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe, so there's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that. Damn, challenge. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Well, surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play games and you know then. To give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Oh, that's cold, Hichan. That really was cold, actually. Not nice. Come on, Hichan. It's hollow. Do it. I take a glance at the clock and at the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shichan. We think the library is open. It's on the 2nd floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. It's a different picture, isn't it? That one's weirder. That is weird. One flight of stairs, and I run into some problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like all hallways can be. Problem is the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs starting which class they belong to, but when there's a picture, why did I say picture? Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them? Or is it somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter, and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. Don't know what that was there. But it's not open, either. Just barely ajar so that I can see it's open, and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. Good job, Asano. Your awkward self. You can just go in and ask for help, for directions, like a real man. Oh, I gingerly push. Sorry, I need to go back. Accidentally tapped it there. I gingerly push to the center of the door with my fingertips. Every muscle in my arm is ready to pull back at the moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind. So much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. Sound effects. The door slowly creaks in, if groaning from a deep sleep. No, it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh, hello. She's pretty. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in sight of the solitary figures, taking center stage in an otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidence hadn't taken up her time to assess the situation. The girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there. May I help you? She kind of looks like she has a gentle voice. It'd be weird if she was all rugged. Like, hello there. Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. Is she blind? Guess no. Maybe. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me that she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite of her, the girl resting at the teacup and the saucer and the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling that, and the slight cloudiness of her eyes means that she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have a detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese? Oh, that's right, these people are Japanese. Huh. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is... She closed her eyes. The calming atmosphere is so different from the student council office. I I take it you're a new student to Yamku? Yamku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restraining bow of greeting. One of which I hastened to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in that direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a nod, taking the request in stride. There's a window. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. So she knows where they are, but she's blind? I guess she must hang out here a lot. A brush here, a brush there. Her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. Sorry, my nose is just really stuffed. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I'd never thought of. While I slightly feel guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of offering and preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Oh, she has her own. Maybe she's the character we can... Yeah, she is. She was on the menu options, right? Interesting. Which room were you looking for? It's not often a classroom is visited after school. The school library, Shizune and some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into a teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamachi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle just before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite the character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. I do like him. Muto's cool. Very nice guy, I think. Oh, hey. It's Hisao. That's what he looks like. It's just that one giant hair just kind of hanging over his head. Defying laws of physics, like most hair. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. I'm more of a tea person, actually. I like tea. It's better than coffee. Sorry to coffee drinkers. This game's really got me in a nice, soothed mood. You know? Makes you want to sit back and look at clouds and stuff. There are no clouds here at night, as it is almost 12 a.m. Nonetheless, the smell is quite nice. I hardly think it's hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this is in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. Well-bred. She was like specifically bred. She made it here because of all of her parents' works. All of her ancestors. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it doesn't seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes? Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi. and it is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. Does that mean Kenji's in that class? That makes sense. I see. I mean... Sorry. Is he gonna avoid them? I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, as it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I surge and seek into another. I'm starting to turn British, using her voice. Do you come to drink tea here often? I'm sorry, I am just a mess. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's really a nice place. Thinking on it, might be her version of this place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view on the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The most popular ones are the track and field club, which use the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, the book club room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At a time, I'm just wanting to get off on my feet, rushing into a club right away. It seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it's encouraged. It is encouraged. Ah, good. What a relief. I'm really let down on my guard, this girl's, just to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Now, wanting to get my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking, as Lily does the same. Really in a rush, aren't you, Sam? As I look over the window and over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has distinctly orange tint. And I look over her shoulder? There's a window right next to you. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. Wow, that is very blunt to sound. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come for a surprise to her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, so I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know it in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms that I have well enough time to get there. Sunsetting before 6:30? Is that a Japan thing? Doesn't happen here. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be taking the librarian there in any case. Talking to the librarian there in any case. I can introduce you. This girl gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes a hold of a straight, retractable cane that has been slipped in the hand. Sorry, that just broke. No, it wasn't supposed to break. I probably would have edited that out if it wasn't for the music. Music's gonna skip, and that's not gonna be what I want to happen. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. Where his must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway to the library. Seems like a good place to stop, actually. After that little problem with my microphone here, might have to fix it later.